I am 11 seconds early this time. Good morning, everybody, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. My name is Margaret Pinard. Welcome to my channel. I'm a historical fiction and fantasy writer with 6 books out and working on 3 more. Why not? I'm here today to do a productivity sprint with y'all because it is the first Friday of August. We have just passed Lunasa or Lamastide, which is one of my favorite holidays on the wheel of the year because it celebrates bread. So I hope you had a good start to your month. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. What we do every first Friday and final Friday is take a couple hours. I usually start off with planner time to get my mind centered. So I organize my thoughts and get on track with what I need to do for the day. And then I'll either read or do book marketing stuff or once in a blue moon do some editing tasks. But this month we're doing a lot of fiddly tasks that have to do with promotion. Not book promotion, that would be nice, but I don't have anything new out except in anthologies, so I'm doing my best to promote those. But the show is what I am promoting. So how about you? What will you be working on today if you're going to stick around and join us for a little productivity action? In case you don't know, again, Fireside Chats is my thing this month, and that is a show that I am running with a different guest every Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific. I'm inviting people on to do creative exercises and games and have a little fun and charge our creative batteries. So that's sort of my setup. Hopefully, August is usually like a doldrum feeling month for me, but I felt like supercharging this one and putting all the time into this show. So hopefully you can join and meet some new folks, get some creative inspiration, and join us on the journey. So I'd like to say hello to the people. Feel free to tell me what you are going to work on. Hello, RC. Happy Friday. Hello, Felicia. Nice to see you here. Emma Bennett is here. Emma just recently put a very provocative title on her latest video, which is Historical Fiction is Hard, which I found very funny as a historical fiction author. Ooh, Jim's Books, Reading, and Stuff is here. Hi, hi, hi. He's got 6 boops already. He's counting my likes. Okay. All right, we've got our first answer from Felicia. I'm about to record a new video for my YouTube channel. Awesome. Love it. That is something that I can't do on camera. I mean, I guess I could, but then I would turn into like a live vlog, which would be a little intense for me. So glad you liked it. Emma is very good with the titling. Her titling game is on point. I need to get some pointers from her about that because, yeah, I don't think I title mine very well. All right, so I'll leave the banner up. I'm going to line up my timer here, which is going to be S.D. Houston's Forest Cabin in the Woods. It's a little cool this morning, even though it's going to get up to 90. So I'm taking advantage, wearing a sweater, having a forest timer, getting in the mood. So, Emma says, I can't stay for long. I've been at the coast and I'm all sandy. Oh, no. That seems like a problem you should address for sure. All right, so I'll leave that up. Feel free to tell me what you're working on. I think I'm going to go for 25 minutes. Do a little stretch here. I normally go for 20 to start, but let's do 25. Why not? I'm going to keep the music on in the background because I like the little gentle music for productivity. As I said, I'm going to be working on the planner and ticking off tasks for today. I've got my post-production checklist that I did last night, and I have a morning of checklist that I need to start on this morning. Actually, continue. I've already done several things, I won't lie, but, continue doing today. Ooh, alright, Jim tells us, "I'm reading Sudden Death by Rachel Lynch. I read my first book from her last month, and this is the 3rd." Oh my gosh, that's a lot in a short space. That's a turnaround for you. I'm very curious. She writes police procedurals set in the English Lake District, and she is very good. Oh, okay. Um, Sudden Death doesn't tell me much as a title, speaking of titling game, but, Rachel Lynch, it's a good if it's her real name, I don't know. It's a good pen name for a police procedural. Good setting. I like the Lake District. Well, good. That sounds like a good fit, and I'm glad you found a new series to like. Sweet. Okay, so 9:05 for me. Let's go ahead and jump in with 25 minutes on the clock, and I'll mute myself and see you in 25. 2, 1, done. And I'm gonna pause it so that I don't get an ad because we know that we have ads on Shannon's channel now. There we go, our first sprint. That was really helpful for me. How about you guys? Let me take this down and run through the comments. We had a few people come in. I said I was drinking cream Earl Grey, and I usually put cream and sugar, not cream, milk and sugar in my black tea. But this is such a lovely fragrance that I don't need to, which is good because the dentist said part of the problem is that I'm drinking tea for a long time so that the stuff in my mouth is always like trying to get at my teeth rather than giving it a break. And I don't know why it's cream Earl Grey. It's black. There's no cream in it. There's no like white powdery substance in it. But it's like tastes extra silky, like it's richer. Maybe they have some kind of I don't know. I'm not a flavor scientist. Maybe someone is who can weigh in. Amanda Rowland, hello, coming in to say, randomly feeling super productive today. That's awesome. Already finished almost all my work for the week. That's amazing. It's Friday. All my work for the week. So what were you working on? And is that next week? Just curious what you mean. Rachel D. Adams saying hello, coming by for a while, working on a pagan article for Medium. The blue moon is on the way, so gonna write about that. Hope you're all well. I love it. Yes, I was saying happy Lunasa. It was it's called the sturgeon moon here. I don't know if that's true anywhere else, but sturgeon run in the Columbia River. So I actually went out to the river beach, which I had never been to before, to observe the sunset and the moonrise on Tuesday. It was so cool. So that was the first. So yeah, being as it's a long month, we have a first full moon and I think a 31st, which means it's a blue moon month, which is very cool. Sounds like a fun article. Annalise also stopped in. Just finished work for the week. Now it's time for books. I love it. And JK Lambo, hello. Nice to meet you. And as always, asking what others are reading or writing. I think my next little spurt might be reading. I didn't do a vlog on this, although I considered it. For Women in Translation Month, my first read is Visitation by Jenny Erpenbeck. It's translated from the German by Susan Bernofsky. And at first it was weird, and now it's veered into sad, but also very poetic. So I'm up for continuing reading. It's not very long, and I guess I'm almost halfway. So I think I might do some reading on the next sprint, which is good. So I had a question of the day. My question of the day, just to give you something to chew on. What's a good August summer activity? And if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, August winter activity. Let's see. Yep, so JK says that sounds delicious. Yes, it's a good tea. Annalise says, I'm not a writer, but I'm reading Georgette Heyer. I'm never sure if it should be Heyer or Higher. I've heard both. But I think I hear Heyer from British people more often. So going back to the classics of Regency romance, I like it. Classic Regency romance. Rachel Lee Adams, some coffees cling to the tongue with a silky texture, and maybe you found the tea version. Yeah, I mean, I know they do similar things with like, not flavor crystals, but whatever they add to a tea mix. Probably something that they boil or like extract via steam into the roasted tea. Now that I think about it, that's probably how they do it. I don't know. Saying hello. Amanda says, for my job, I'm assigned 2 projects on Thursday that are due the following Friday. Oh, okay. So your work week is got it. So it's kind of like a Monday. And I'm already done with 1.5. Done. Oh, done with one and half done with the other. Gotcha. That is a slam dunk. Well done. I like that feeling. Rachel says the sturgeon moon is on now. It was so pretty this week. I'm hoping to get to the woods or the beach and capture some pictures. So actually the moonrise on the beach was actually a bust because we couldn't see it come up. But the drive back home is when I saw it come up, and it was big and orange and really cool. But the pictures didn't do it justice because I was just using my phone camera. Not a pro. What can I say? Kay Simmons coming in to say hi. Hope everyone is well. Welcome. Amanda says I will have more work assigned Monday. But as of now, I've done almost everything I have since some of my work materials aren't available yet. Yes, I am actually in that position too, because everything I have to do for posting has to be approved by a supervisor, and she's on vacation. So I did it all in advance, and now all I'm doing is like logging on and liking and responding and retweeting. So like I can't do any more content till I get more and she can approve more. It's nice. It's a nice position to be in. Mama Maggie is here to say hello, lovelies. Welcome, welcome. Joanna's saying, what are you guys working on? Which is my question previously. I'm going to be reading next sprint. So if other people want to chime in. Yeah, chime in. Kay says, I am listening to Bird Box today. Is that the super scary thriller one? Hope to finish. Loving the fact that the author is from my state. Oh, okay. I can picture the setting perfectly. I have not watched the movie yet. I read before movies. Yes, very smart move, I would say. And yes. Yeah. I don't like the repetitive comments because it feels spammy to me. So that's why I'd rather you tell us about the achievements instead of putting links on for whatever that does to the algorithm on my page. But just to let you know. I'm not sure what that thought is. Got cut off. Maggie says the moon is gorgeous over the Rockies in the morning because the evening storms meant we couldn't see it in the evening or all night. Oh, okay. So you missed out, but then you get the morning view. I like that. I think they add vanilla to tea to make it seem creamy. But it's not the same. Like, I think that my taste buds can tell the difference between vanilla and cream. Because when I get a London fog, I can tell when they add vanilla and when they don't, and there's milk in it already. I don't know. Maybe that makes it easier. I'm not sure. All right, so Mama Maggie is stream hopping. I love it. Kay says the moon is extra bright here in Michigan. It was shining last night in our backyard like a spotlight. Yes. Yes, thriller. Sandra Bullock plays the main character. Yeah, that was too scary looking for me to even consider watching. Like, oh, and here's a great place to pump up the show later today. So, if you like thrillers, I actually have a series of thrillers that I am actually into and can read with pleasure by Alice Henderson. And she's going to be the guest on my show tonight, my fireside chat. So, Alice Henderson has written 3 books. They are sort of a mashup of thrillers and like her heroine, Alex Carter, is a wildlife biologist. So she does field research and she's also really badass. So you get science facts and you get like animal observations and, like, climate change awareness, and that's, like, the part I love, and the thriller is, like, super suspenseful, great plot, great action, so she does it all. It's pretty amazing. She'll be on tonight at, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be doing some creative exercises. She actually came up with a mashup, again, of flash fiction with, like, a research task, so definitely tune in if you're interested in finding out how to make some dry sciencey facts or historic facts extra exciting because she knows how to do it. So we'll be doing that tonight. Princess, that's okay. Oh, thank you. Maggie says, I need to catch up. The August 80K started and I haven't scribbled a single word. Yeah, it is the 4th. That's not too bad. You can still catch up from that, I think. Francis, I ended up getting one of my Ko-fi posts on the official Ko-fi page's August challenge article. Yes, I heard about that in chat earlier, so that's great. Congratulations. It shows that all your good Ko-fi blog posting is paying off, which is great. Oh, I like that. I hope this is about the Alice description. Um, what she's doing for the title is an easy way to remember. It starts with Solitude of Wolverines, speaking of Michigan, and then it goes to A Blizzard of Polar Bears. I've read both of those. They're both excellent. And then the third one, which I haven't read yet, is A Ghost of Caribou. So she's using fictional collective nouns to describe animals that her heroine is researching, and it's just really cool. And fireside chats are 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, every weekday in August. So, question of the day: a good August summer activity? Fireside chats on my channel. That was too perfect not to incorporate. So, thank you, Kay. Hat tip. Thank you very much. And I have a postage thing on my hand. I should take that off. So probably distracting somebody. Yeah, so that's what's coming up. And the other thing that's coming up tomorrow is hard to believe, but I've been publishing books for 10 years. My first book came out in August of 2013, a long time ago. And so I wanted to celebrate the 10 years in publishing. So I'm yanking in two of my friends who are also celebrating the 10-year milestone in publishing. That is JD Estrada and Emma Bennett. So we write vastly different things, but we've all got really fascinating experiences and angles. And so I'm bringing them on the channel Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to subscribe so you can get notifications, that might make it easier for you. Otherwise, just check in Friday and Saturday. Big weekend for my channel. Yeah. Okay, so let's hop into another chat because I feel like I've been talking too long. Yes. Yay. That would be awesome. Thanks, Kay. All right, so I'll leave the question of the day up in case people come in. And let's go ahead and use the same timer to make it simple. We'll just start over with, let's see, 24, 25. Let's do 25 again, if that is all right with y'all. Boop. And away we go. So 3, 2, 1. I'll see you in 25 minutes. Sorry if you hear all the scratching. I'm going through one of those phases where like the cursor doesn't move as much as it should. I don't know why it does that, but I have to like, I don't know. Maybe someone who's more of an expert in mouses can tell me how to fix that because it's super annoying. Anyway, how'd you guys do? I read a couple chapters from my Women in Translation book, Visitation by Jenny Erpenbeck. Interesting. Discomforting. That's what I put in the comment. But like really still has me. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Enjoying it. It's a hard book. That's fine. That's fine. Let's keep going. Okay, so a good August summer activity. So I had to be a shill and say, watching the fireside chats on my channel, 5 p.m. Pacific, every Monday through Friday. Just kind of like cartoons. Kay had another answer. I like to camp in August. That's a great one, depending on the heat and the bugs. I used to go to a music festival on the second weekend, but since COVID, it hasn't really happened. So now I try to stay cool and read. That is a solid plan as well, I have to say. I did put the link in for Saturday's live. I just did some promo for that on the sprint after I finished reading the 2 chapters. So I figured I'd come back with the link in case anyone is interested. JD Estrada, Emma Bennett will be chatting highlights, lowlights, truths and lies, all the good stuff. Eva waltzed in to say, hey. Mouses, you say. I did. I said mouses because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you can take the plural from a different usage, and I don't know. Anyway. Naps. That's also a wonderful August activity. I had definitely been taking the naps. When I'm lucky, Bean, my cat, will take the nap with me. He just had a really cute thing today. So I have a blanket on the back of the couch. And for some reason, he likes to get under the blanket, which I can't imagine is cooler, but he does that in the afternoon. And it was tucked in too tightly. So he was like scratching at the blanket to try to pull it open so he could duck under it. So I did it for him. And then he was like, nope, not my scene. I'm going to go back to the cat tree. Thanks anyway. Cats, am I right? Oh boy. All right, so how did you do on that second sprint? Kay says, I listened to a few chapters and started lunch for my son. Sounds good. It's only 10:13 here, so I have had first breakfast, and maybe next sprint I'll get into second breakfast. We'll see. First breakfast, just in case those who don't know me, is granola. I'm a granola fiend. But I also like toast. We just had lammas tide, so I may go back to like toast for second breakfast. I've been waiting for these avocados to get ripe, and none of them are ripe. The battle of wills. For the avocado toast, Jim says up to chapter 54 of Sudden Death. Nice. Jim, I don't think does Women in Translation, but I do think does Garb August as a readathon. So, do you have anything on your list for Garb August? The other one I can think of is Faulkner in August, which I don't think is your thing either. Maggie says, I cut 400 words and have put a different 112 in their place. Nicely done. Well tracked on the math. Speaking of oh, not the planner. I held up the wrong thing. This book that I'm reading, there is alternate chapters from, not from his POV, but dealing with the activities of the gardener, who we don't really know. And he takes care of bees. And he smokes a cigar to keep away the swarms in the evening, which is kind of a strange thing, but I'm going with it. We'll see. We'll see where it leads. I'm not sure about this character, but I'm enjoying reading about the bees. Computer misses. I like it. Naps are good. Kay is absolutely correct. Mis, says Eva. All sorts of ways. All fun. So Maggie says August is a good month for the August 80K because it is too hot to go outside. Well, that's true, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's much cooler inside, like cool enough for my brain to work. So she says Colorado is usually hot and dry in August, but this year we are humid with daily thunderstorms. Ugh. Yeah, I saw your picture of like not a good thing to see driving home on the homestead, wherever that was this morning. And it looked like another tornado forming, which is scary. Thank you, El Nino. Yeah, not. It's not mouses, it's meese, like geese. I'll allow it. Uh, oh, okay. So Jim does have a book for Wit Month. It is Rafflesia. I've never heard of that one. I must have missed. I know I saw a 1 minute review recently, but I don't think I've seen a TBR. I think you still do TBRs, you don't do wrap ups, and I do the opposite. But he says, I have Rummies and Meg for Garbogus, which I've also not heard of, which is fun. I guess says Meese could also be plural for moose. I know. You get competing brilliance here. Dear Indies. All right. Also for August, something new. I like that. That's a good answer. August summer activity. I think naps is gonna win out for me because like whenever I start reading on the couch, it just turns into a nap. And Bean joins me, which is good. Oh, and ice cream. Obviously, ice cream is a good summer activity for August. Rafflesia is by a Georgian woman writer who uses the pseudonym Alice Dodgson. Interesting. What's the difference between a pseudonym and a pen name? Is it just like a translation? Is that just the is it Greek or Latin? I don't even remember. I haven't taken either. Emma, where are you when I need you? Pseudo. Is that Latin or Greek? Nym. I want to say it's Greek. Oh, now we're just going wild with the August suggestions. Setting down the weight of societal expectations. I love it. Washing your car, maybe. I did this at the very end of July. It's the first time in maybe a year that I washed my car, but it really needed it. So I forked out the whole like $11 or whatever the cheapest option was. I was glad there was a cheap option. Last time I went, and the only thing they had is like 21. I was like, no, not $21. Thank you. I will fork out 11 once a year. Such a cheapskate. All right, so hearing more about books, Jim says Rummies by Peter Benchley, the author of Jaws, is about a retreat for alcoholics where something mysterious is happening. Interesting. Do you have like a mass market paperback copy? That's what I tend to think of people diving into for Garb August. And actually, I just did a purge of books that I was like, I'm not going to read these. They've been on my shelf for too long. Get out of my face for books. And I didn't film it because I don't really do unhaul or haul content. But I had 3 big bags sort of plus. It was sort of spilling over of books. And there was like half a bag full of these mass market paperbacks. It would have been perfect for Garb August, except I've had them for more than 2 years and I haven't felt compelled to read them or finish them because the couple I started. And so I took them to the new and used bookstore of choice, Backstory Books in Portland. And I have credit there. I think I'm at $82. And the cool thing, the absolutely cool thing, is that I have done my, I don't know, zero waste or whatever you want to call it, best attempt to transform books that I've read and want to give back, get money, into a secret giveaway prize for the fireside chats. So here's the secret deal for anyone who's watching. When you watch fireside chats, each guest and I have a favorite word each day, and we'll say it and have fun explaining the word and why we love it. And then if you leave a comment after the live stream is done, that is an entry to win. What are you winning? Well, one of the things is gonna be a $50 gift card from this bookstore, and not you don't have to be in Portland to use it. You can see her Instagram account to see books that she has, or you can just order new books through her, which is like 2 hardcovers or 4, maybe 3 with the new prices. 3 paperbacks that are new. So I'm transforming my well-loved books or not read books into cash for people who watch fireside chats. So how is that for, I don't know, what's it called? A cradle to grave economy? Whatever. So that's something I'm enjoying with my August fireside chat. Jim says Meg is for megalodon, a supposedly extinct shark the size of a whale. Ooh, so it's like a Nessie monster book. That's fun. Another August activity: harvest the last of the tomatoes. I love it. I love people who grow tomatoes. God bless you. Um, I can't do that. My mom does that. I can't do that. Jim says I have the mass market paperback for Rummies. Meg is on Kindle. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's good. You're great on the Kindle. Ooh, secrets. That's great. Upcycling 2.0. Yes. So I'm thinking that I'll do 2 prizes and then a drawing of all the people who are entered. And I think I have 3 entries now, which is good. Which is still good odds. And if it's someone in the US who wins it, I'll send a bookish box. And if it's someone outside the US, I'll send a digital version, but it'll still be like you're able to use um, gift certificate money somehow. We'll see. I'm still like developing, but it'll be tailored to where you are and like what your tastes are. So I'm gonna be putting probably stickers and little bookmarks and like fun bookish things in a box because that's what I love to do. Send bookish mail. Okay, enough talking. My mouth is dry. We're gonna move on to final sprint, sprint number 3. So let's use same timer. Let's not make it complicated. Forest cabin in the rain vibes because that is how I roll. Okay, so there we are. Start the timer. It's up on the screen. And yeah, I don't have another question for you, but yeah. If you have questions for me, pop them in the chat. All right, I'll mute and see you in 25 minutes. Did I time it exactly right? Or did it just stay and not no, now it's on the next one. Okay. I did time it exactly right. Look at that. Well, every once in a while, the stopped clock is right. Alrighty. So we've got a few minutes left to just have some chat. So I'll put my thank you banner up. There we go. And then what do people say? So I went ahead and asked, who wants to help me name my Northern Irish servant girl turned firebrand Glasgow mill worker with magic powers? Because, that's what may be happening in my latest work in progress that I was fired up to write with Leo last night. Jim, right off the bat, said Neve. I like it. I actually was building on a short story scene where there was a Northern Irish servant girl and thinking I would weave that into this Charlotte Collins fanfic expansion. I don't know. It's a lot of crazy things. So that character was named Nell. So I don't know. I'll consider this. And then I was asking because I saw this on social media. Adrian McKinty came out with a new book, and people were saying they liked his use of regional dialect. And one of the words he used was shoe. And people were trying to figure out how to pronounce it, Sheugh. So was it shuff? Was it shoe? Was it shoof? And then also slough, which I know how to pronounce because well, I know how to pronounce the town because Jim is from there. But he says he hasn't read Adrian McKinty. I think he was in a dry place for his last book, but this one is set in Northern Ireland, actually. So that's why my brain went to this and like regional words, which are fun. So Maggie was offering up Irish words meaning fiery, and I don't know how to pronounce that second one. DH is usually a R sound, Eignech, and the T at the end would be a ch, Eignech. That would be a hard one to ask readers to follow along with, I think. Edina might be easier. I don't know. Neve is an Irish feminine given name meaning bright or radiant, anglicized as Neve. Neve, 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 Neve. I think we're back on the Meese train again. I like it. Oh, Chat GPT. Jim with the Chat GPT suggestions. How about the name Maeve Gallagher? Maeve Gallagher is a Northern Irish servant girl who, after facing hardship and oppression, finds herself working in a Glasgow mill. Oh, AI. There, she discovers her latent magical abilities, and her experiences as a mill worker shape her into a fiery and determined individual. Perhaps. But see, the story that I'm outlining with my large format brainstorming here, we actually meet her at the end. So it's one short story that I started, sort of morphing into a scene that I wrote. But it gives me the idea that I can make a series where all these people live in the same world and they're standalones, which is actually kind of cool, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. So possibilities, we like the possibilities. Okay, so lots of papers, lots of pens, lots of books, lots of stickers. I've done some good work, so thank you for being here with me for that. I worked on my planner and did some promotion for the show that I am doing this August, every Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific. I'm welcoming a creative guest, whether that's on the booker side or the author side, to come do some creative games and exercises with me. So we do a little bit of interview, a little bit of sprinting productivity. So it's like the best of both worlds. And yeah, all August. So that's 23 shows. Very exciting. And I'm just promoting it so that I can grow my audience and get it out to more people. Tonight's guest of honor is Alice Henderson, who writes eco thrillers that are really well plotted, and the science is chef's kiss because she herself is a scientist, so you can't get any better than that. So we'll be talking about research and like dry facts and how to make them part of the narrative in an exciting way and doing a little flash fiction tonight. So join or catch us on the replay if that sounds up your alley. And tomorrow, the big thing is that I will be celebrating 10 years in publishing with two other friends who are celebrating 10 years in publishing. And there may be cake because 10 years is something to celebrate. So I'll be welcoming JD Estrada writer, and Emma Bennett, which is just Emma Bennett, her channel name. We all have 10 years of publishing under our belts, but we all have very different experiences, genres, strategies, thoughts. So we'll be sharing some of those and welcoming questions. That is tomorrow, Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. British Summer Time for Emma and anyone in the UK. So hope to see you at either of those. And thanks for being here and joining me for the sprints. I feel very accomplished. I did the planner and the book promo. I did the reading of the Women in Translation book. Sad, 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 but good. And then I worked on my large format brainstorming outline. So I feel like I did a little of everything, which is warming to my little multi-potentialite heart. So thank you all for that. Hope to see you again soon. And again, fireside chats, if you leave a comment after the stream is over with the favorite word of me or the guest, you get entered to win at least a $50 gift card for books. So what's there to lose? Hope to see you there soon. Take care, stay safe, happy reading, and yeah.